Hello everyone, a very good morning, good afternoon and good evening to all of the viewers from around the world. This is your host Vaibhav. In today's session of JForex Indicators Explained, we will be looking at the derivative indicator of the rate of change indicator which we saw in the last session which was on Friday. This is a derivative in which the period is defined as hourly. For this indicator, you have to do is do a quick search, type in the ROCP, and here it is, price, previous price divided by the prior price, and then whatever is the result, we take it into the percentage form. All right. So here it is. Now, from this, you can notice that whenever there is not much of a momentum and the price moves are simply sideways, we won't be having any significant change in the ROCE value. So that gives you the idea of whether the underlying instrument is trending or it is simply sideways over the given period of time. So this indicator helps you determine the momentum, the strength of the momentum, and that is going to be also comparative, also easier for comparative purposes. When suppose for example, if you want to see if the bullish momentum in the euro USD is stronger than, say for example, GBP USD, all you have to do is compare these values, and using this output value you can see that here in percentage term the ROCP output is 0.014, and the momentum is on the bullish side, the buy side. And for euro USD, the momentum is also on the buy side, but over the same period of time here the euro USD has moved much lower or a little lower compared to the GBP USD. So you can say that the bullish momentum is stronger for the GBP USD than euro USD. So if you want to take the trade, a buy trade, then you will see or you will think that it is better to go for the long trade in GBP USD rather than Euro USD, as GBP USD is showing a stronger momentum. And a similar comparison can also be done for other instruments. Let us see now USD CHF, and here it is taking little time for loading. So here the USD CHF is showing bearish momentum, but compared to the momentum which we observed for the GBP USD or Euro USD, the USD CHF momentum on the bearish side is not that strong. The value is lower in terms of comparison. So you will see, you will be in position to define or determine in which instrument to take the trade, and that is very important. Whenever you want to make money, you want to go for the strongest of the trend in the best of the instrument. So for that the comparison becomes quite helpful. All right. And the concept is simple. All you have to take into account the current value and the value which prevailed over certain period of time. Suppose now that we are taking 10 as the calculation period. So the current value, the applied price, will be compared to the price prevalent 10 hours back. And the difference between these two prices will be considered, and that will be divided by the price prevalent at that point in time 10 hours back, and then we take it in the normalized form. We see how we can then compare these two prices in percentage form, and that output becomes, as I said in my introductory remark also, that output value of the indicator becomes comparable with other instruments of our choice. All right. And in standalone use, you can see that if the momentum is strong enough, or if you define a threshold and only after that threshold is crossed, if you want to go for the trade, you can set up the formation accordingly also. So unless there is strong enough momentum, you won't be getting involved in any trade. and only when there is strong momentum you will be getting involved for the trade. So that way you can avoid getting involved in the situation when there is not enough momentum, the price is not really moving anywhere, it is simply say staying sideways. So this indicator also helps you define the time of trading and when to simply sit on the sidelines and wait for momentum to increase, either it is on the bullish side or on the bearish side. So this indicator helps you filter out the noise when the underlying instrument is moving in a very narrow range, and helps you get involved in strong bullish and bearish momentums. Now let us see what we can do with the editing options given to us for this indicator. Let us consider the editing tools here. Mm, just few seconds more, I guess. Okay, we got this editing option. Now applied price is here, close price of each candle, and this applied price can be varied, and depending on that you will have slight difference in the output. The broad direction is going to be the same, but there is going to be slight difference in the indicator's output value. So if you use open price, high price, you will see this output varies even though the broad direction is going to be similar. So you have to see, after going through many observations, which kind of applied price is likely to serve your purpose best. I would say that when you are using the trade on the bullish side, when you are looking for buy trade, then it is better to go for the high price as the applied price, as you will be able to get the initial move earlier when you use a high price as the applied price, and when you are looking for short sale trades, if you use a low price as the applied price, you will be able to catch the bearish drift quite fast. So you can define these applied prices accordingly. Now the calculation period is 10 here, and as I had explained to you in last session also, if you want to trade with the shorter time horizon, then it is better to use lower values for the calculation period. But if you want more stability and you want to get involved into the trade only after significant stabilization has happened and the trend is formed over larger period of time, then you can use higher time frame for the calculation of the indicator. In that case, this output is likely to be much more stable, and you will get the trades only once in a while when there is a significant deviation from the norm, from these consolidation phase prices, as has happened in today's session. Okay. The output can be made much more colorful if you feel like, if you are a person who likes to make these output values of the indicators look more stylish on the chart, then all these tools are available to you, and you can increase or decrease these transparency and all other factors as per your requirement. You can also add something like a level, defined level. Suppose if you want to know when the momentum is shifting from bullish side to bearish side or from bearish side to the bullish side, you can define this 0 percentage output as a critical factor, so it becomes easier for you to understand whenever there is momentum change. But then here you have to also be careful that you don't rely too much on this single criterion, because when there is momentum it will show significant deviation, but when there is no momentum, then there will be many instances of the output value of the ROCP crossing over from lower side to the higher side, and say shortly enough, it will again cross back in the negative territory, and it can happen over multiple times, resulting in losses, even though the underlying instrument is not going anywhere. So to avoid that kind of scenario, you have to be careful what kind of label you use and the pros and cons of that system. Now let us see what more editing can be done. I'm going to remove this. Coming to the advanced editing option, if you want the recalculation to be done only on new candle, then you can opt in for this. So whatever is the output, it will remain constant throughout the current candle period. If you want the calculation to be highlighted for the time period, then you can do that as well. If you want the calculation to be customized further, then you get this option where you can choose the instrument and you can define this indicator to be shown only for that instrument, or you can simply use it for any instrument on the chart. So whenever you will change the instrument of the chart, this indicator will be plotted anew for another instrument. Candle period can also be similarly used from the chart, or you can define it separately. Suppose, for example, you want the calculation of the ROCP to be done for 15 minutes as it's each candle period, then you can do that as well, even though the chart's candle period is defined at hourly. Now it is getting recalculation done where each candle period will be defined as of 15 minutes. Okay. Let's give it a few more seconds for calculation to be completed, and new plotting for the indicator will appear in no time. Okay, here we have this where we have 15 minutes as the calculation period for each candle. Now coming back to the advanced editing option, I'm now again going to restore it back to use from the chart. The side can be similarly used from the chart. So whatever is your chart spread side, ask orbit, it will be applied for the calculation of the indicator. Else you can define it separately. So you get these two options. If you want the indicator to be available on all the candle periods whenever you change the chart's time frame, then you have to opt in for this. Else, if you opt out of it, then you have to define on which candle period these indicators should appear, and only on those time frame these indicator will appear. For example, here in this case, it will be available only on the 10 minutes and hourly candle period. But if I change it to say another candle period like 30 minutes or 5 minutes, then it won't appear. So here we don't really have the ROCP plotted, as we are using these other candle periods on which we don't have the indicator defined. Now I will restore it back to hourly, so we get our ROCP indicator back. So guys, I think we are almost done with most of the editing options. I also explained to you the concept and the possible uses of this interesting indicator, and how you can take the help of this indicator to do the comparative analysis and decide upon the trading opportunities. So with this, I'm done with my side of explanation. If you have any query or any idea to share, you can write back to me in the feedback section, and I would be more than happy to take the discussion forward. For further coverage of the market developments, do check out the Dukascopy Analytics page. We are also available on the Facebook. You can reach out to us there too. For trying out this newly released trading platform, the link has also been provided in the bio. Thank you all for joining in. I will be back tomorrow with a new indicator, new explanation, new uses. So do come back. Goodbye.